Come on guys, tell me the answer. What is the direction of linear velocity of a particle undergoing a circular motion? Root tap? No. Tell me something else. Tell me in form of radial, tangential, normal, or some x-axis, y-axis. Kidhar? Tell me what is the direction of linear velocity of a particle undergoing a circular motion? It is along the tangent in the sense of rotation, right? It is along the tangent in the sense of rotation. So if the particle is rotating in this direction, and if you have been asked what is the direction of linear velocity at this point, then what do you have to do? You have to draw a tangent. You have to draw a tangent. And which direction will be the velocity? Along the sense of rotation will be the velocity. So this is the velocity direction. All right, guys. Bahut badhiya. So we have studied what is the relation between the magnitude of angular velocity and magnitude of linear velocity, right? Tell me guys, what is the relation between magnitude of linear velocity and magnitude of angular velocity? Bolo bachcha log, jaldi se. What is the relation? So if you recall last class, then we have studied that V will be equal to R omega. V kya hai bachcha log? V will be equal to R omega. So you can write it here that if this is omega, if this is omega, and if the radius of rotation is R, if the radius of rotation is R, you can say V will be equal to R omega. Guys, I am going to give you a basic formula or basic relation between vector V and vector omega. And then we'll try to verify it whether the relation that I have given is correct or not. ठीक है? ध्यान से देखना. That is for a very simple application. We can also write V is equal to R cross omega. We can also write V is equal to R cross omega. Okay, bacha log? So we can write V is equal to R cross omega. Now try to verify it whether I have written it correctly or not. If I am writing V is equal to R cross omega, whether this equation is correct or not. ठीक है? कैसे पता करेंगे? Let us verify this condition. Let us verify this condition. Tell me guys, what is the angle between R and omega here? In this case, what is the angle between R and omega here? बोलो बच्चा लोग, चंगू मंगू चिंटू पिंटू जल्दी से. What is the angle between R and omega here? So what is R vector बच्चा लोग? So if I'm talking about velocity at this point, R will be this. This will be the vector R for this condition, right? R vector. And what is the direction of omega here, guys? Tell me what is the direction of omega in this case? How do you find the direction of omega? Come on, guys, please answer me. How do you find the direction of omega? We find the direction of omega by curling our right hand fingers along the sense of rotation, right? Then the thumb will give you the direction of omega. So curl your right hand fingers along the sense of rotation. Curl kya? So the thumb will give you the direction of omega. So omega is what? Out of the plane. Omega is what? Out of the plane. Guys, click yes if you can recall the direction of omega. Clear hai sabko? All right. Now, angle between R and omega is 90 for sure, because omega is having a direction out of the plane, that is what? Perpendicular to the plane. So angle between omega and R is 90. That is for sure. No issues. So I'll get this as R into omega into sine 90. Sine 90 is 1, so R into omega. What about the direction? What about the direction of V? How do you find direction of cross product, guys? Tell me. Using right hand thumb rule only. How do we find the direction of cross product? By using right hand thumb rule. What is right hand thumb rule? Direct your right hand fingers in such a way that, or you can say direct your right hand fingers along the first vector. Direct your right hand fingers along the first vector. So this is the direction of your right hand fingers in such a way that palm should be facing the second vector, or I might have taught you that curl it towards the second vector. But the very simplest method is what? Direct your right hand fingers along the first vector. So this is the direction of right hand fingers. All right. Acha. Now curl it towards the, in such a way that palm should be facing towards the second vector. Palm should be facing towards the second vector. Now tell me guys, where is the second vector? Bolo bachcha log. Where is the second vector? Out of the plane. So your palm should be facing out of the plane. Your palm should be facing out of the plane. So this is the finger direction, and palm should be out of the plane. Tell me in which direction thumb will point out. Tell me guys, in which direction thumb will point out? Upward or downward? Upward or downward? Tell me guys. It is downward. But we have got velocity as up. Then what is wrong here? Yes, there is something wrong. Wrong is what, bacha? So yahan R nahi hoga. Yahan kya hoga? It will not be R into omega, but it will be omega into R. Kya hoga bacha log? It will be omega into R. Acha, why did I write that R into omega? Because every time we remember this form V as R omega. So when we are writing this in vector terms, we have a tendency to write R cross omega only. Then this will give you wrong answer. Now try to verify the direction here. Omega cross R. What is omega? Upar kyo, right? To upar kiya. Where is R vector? R is towards this. So palm kidhar hona chahiye? Palm should be facing towards R. Alright guys. So direct your right fingers along the first vector. The first vector is upar. So this is the direction of fingers. Where should be the palm? Palm should be facing towards this. So where will be the thumb? Thumb will be in this direction. That is nothing but the tangential direction. Alright guys. So using this formula also, you can find the direction of V. For any general motion also, for any general circular motion also. Or for instantaneous circular motion also, you can find the answer. Alright guys. Chaliye. So this is the formula that you need to remember. Otherwise, you know what is the direction, what is the magnitude separately. So you can also, in that case, you can skip this also. बहुत बढ़िया. So now we are done with velocity, we are done with position, we are done with displacement. Now let us talk about acceleration. किसकी बात करेंगे बच्चों लोग? Let us talk about acceleration. कौन सा acceleration बच्चों लोग? तो we'll talk about angular acceleration. We'll talk about first angular acceleration. Tell me guys, what is angular acceleration? How will you define angular acceleration? Come on, bachcha log. I need your inputs here. Tell me, how will you define angular acceleration? Yeah, rate of change of angular velocity. Linear acceleration is rate of change of linear velocity. So angular acceleration will be rate of change of angular velocity. All right. We denote angular acceleration as alpha. किससे denote करते हैं बच्चा लोग? Alpha. This will be written as d omega by dt. This is what? Instantaneous angular action. ये क्या है बच्चा लोग? This is instantaneous angular acceleration. If I ask you to give me a relation for average angular acceleration, what will be the answer बच्चा लोग? Average angular acceleration, what will be the answer? It will be omega 2 minus omega 1 divided by T2 minus T1, or you can say that delta omega vector divided by delta T. Yes, Tarak Datta. Tarak Datta is suggesting, sir, we can also write this alpha as d2 theta divided by dt square. Yes, you can write this, no issues. And you can also write this as omega d theta by, omega d omega by d theta. You can also write in this way. All right, guys. So this is how you can write the angular acceleration part or average angular acceleration part. ठीक है. अच्छा, what will be the direction of alpha? बच्चा लोग, tell me what will be the direction of alpha? So direction of alpha will be along the direction of change in angular velocity. क्या बच्चा लोग ध्यान से देखना इधर. Direction of angular acceleration will be along the direction of change in angular velocity. All right, बच्चों लोग, clear है सबको? Yeah, it will be again, what will be the direction of angular acceleration, guys? Again, the direction of angular acceleration will be along the axis of rotation. How will you find the direction of angular acceleration? Most of the time it will be given to you, or torque will be given to you, or you have to find the direction of change in angular velocity, and then you can find what is the direction of angular acceleration. All right, guys, you cannot find the direction of angular acceleration by using right hand thumb rule. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. How can you find the direction of angular acceleration? You can find the direction of angular acceleration by finding the direction of change in angle. ठीक है बच्चा लोग. अभी देखो, मैं छोटा सा एग्जांपल पूछता हूं आपसे. कंसिडर एग्जांपल. ऑल राइट, ओमेगा 1 is, let's say, 2 radian per second. Omega 1 is 2 radian per second in clockwise direction. Sense of rotation I have told you, clockwise. Omega 2 is given to you as 4 radian per second. Omega 2 is what? 4 radian per second. Again in clockwise direction. This is how the omega has changed. अच्छा, कितना टाइम में बच्चा? तो in time, let's say 2 seconds. Now my question to you is, find angular acceleration and with the direction. Tell me guys, what will be the answer? What will be the answer? So angular acceleration क्या बोलोगे? Change in angular velocity divided by time taken. So 4. If I consider clockwise as positive, so 4 minus 2 divided by 2. So what is the answer? 2 by 2 is what? 1 radian per second square. Tell me what will be the direction. I have considered clockwise as positive. I have got +1 only. That means this will be in clockwise direction only. So what is the direction of angular acceleration? Clockwise. All right. Let me take some other example. If initial angular velocity is, let's say, 2 radian per second, or let's say 4 radian per second. ठीक है, उल्टा करता हूं. In clockwise direction only. And let's say omega 2 is equal to 2 radian per second. Again clockwise direction. कितने time में? In time 2 seconds we have observed this. Tell me what is the alpha value. बोलो बच्चा लोग, what will be the alpha value? What will be the alpha value? Can I say -1 radian per second square? What is the meaning of -1? That means anti-clockwise direction. Guys, can you find a similarity? बच्चा लोग, can you find a similarity here? Tell me. याद करो बच्चा. When the speed increases, the direction of velocity and direction of acceleration will be same. याद करो, when speed increases, the direction of velocity and direction of acceleration remains same. The sign of velocity and the sign of acceleration will be same. Acha, what if speed decreases? So if the sign of velocity and accelerations are different, then the speed decreases, isn't it? See, speed is decreasing from 4 to 2. That means if I'm getting a direction of angular velocity as clockwise, the direction of angular acceleration must be anti-clockwise. I got the answer. Guys, can you find this similarity here? Click yes if you have understood this. You have to use the same similarity for circular motion also. If the sign of omega and alpha are same, if the signs of omega and alpha are same, what will you conclude from it? You will say the angular speed will increase. What will you say, bachcha log? You will say angular speed will increase. If the signs of angular velocity and angular acceleration are different, what will you conclude out of this? You will say angular speed will decrease. All right, bachcha log, try to have some other examples also. You'll get the same similarity here also. All right guys, I'm not writing that particular notes here because you already know that part. ठीक है, चलिए. So ये हो गया angular acceleration की कहानी. अच्छा guys, tell me, if I ask you about linear acceleration, if I ask you about linear acceleration of the particle undergoing a circular motion, first of all tell me, how can you change the velocity of the particle? How can you change the velocity of a particle? What are the ways in which you can change the velocity of a particle? बोलो बच्चा लोग. Guys, please answer me. How many ways or how can you change the velocity of a particle? Yeah, Meghna is saying, sir, by changing its direction. All right. Any other method? By changing the direction, right? By changing the direction of motion, you can change the velocity. Yeah, if Vishwa is saying, sir, by applying some force. When you apply a force, the velocity, the magnitude of velocity might change. Simple सी बात, I can say like this, sir, velocity is a vector quantity and the vector quantity can be changed by changing the magnitude, by changing the direction, or by changing both of them. Isn't it, guys? So the magnitude is nothing but the speed. So I can say, sir, the velocity can be changed by changing the direction of motion or by changing the speed of motion or by changing both of them. So now guys, tell me, will you ever get zero acceleration in circular motion? Tell me guys, tell me this answer. Will you ever get acceleration as zero in circular motion? Guys, I have only got 4 answers here. बाकी लोग जल्दी से बताओ. Yeah, now I'm getting some answers. Yeah, answer is no. You can never ever get zero acceleration, zero linear acceleration in circular motion. What is the reason behind that? Because if a particle is undergoing circular motion, direction must change. If a particle is undergoing a circular motion, the direction must change. At this point, the direction of velocity is in this way. At this point, the direction of velocity is in this way. At this point, the direction of velocity is in this way. So at each and every point, the direction of velocity is different. So there must be an acceleration. There must be a linear acceleration to the particle. Guys, click yes if you have understood this statement that a circular motion can never have zero acceleration. A circular motion can never have a zero acceleration. A circular motion can never have zero linear acceleration. It will always be an accelerated motion. It will always be an accelerated motion. So guys, can I say, sir, if the particle can never have zero acceleration, so if the particle will always have some acceleration, and we know that acceleration can be caused by a force. So if you want a particle, if you want a particle to undergo a circular motion, there must be a force required. So there must be a force that will act on the particle continuously. So in absence of force, a particle can never undergo circular motion. In absence of force, a particle can never ever undergo a circular motion. In linear motion, I have applied a force and then I stopped applying. It can move till a point, right? It can continue this in like a linear motion. But in circular motion, that is not possible. In circular motion, that is not possible that a particle can move without a force. Particle must experience a continuous force. Then only the particle will undergo circular motion. All right? Never बच्चा, तारक दत्ता कभी नहीं मिलेगा. Uniform speed मिल जाएगा. तारक दत्ता, you can have uniform speed, but uniform velocity कभी नहीं मिलेगा in circular motion में. All right, guys. Now let us find out the linear acceleration in comprehensive way. Let us find out what will be the linear acceleration at any time t. What will be the direction of linear acceleration in general? ठीक है? In general, what will be the linear acceleration of the particle undergoing a circular motion? Let us find out. Chaliye bachalo. So what is the definition of acceleration? So A is nothing but dv divided by dt. Isn't it, guys? A is nothing but dv divided by dt. And in last class, we have studied what is the value of dv, bachcha log. What is the value of v? So let me copy this down. इसको मैं क्या करता हूं? Copy करता हूं. ठीक है? चलिए, copy किया मैंने. And let me put it here. V is this one. So I need to find what is acceleration. So I'll write A will be equal to dv by dt. That is nothing but d by dt of this vector. I am just substituting the value of v here. So I have to differentiate this term with respect to t. Now guys, come on, start differentiating it. Tell me guys, how many variables are there? How many variables do you think are there? कितने सारे variables हैं? There are two variables, right? How many variables? Two variables. What are those? Omega and theta. Omega and theta, right? So you have to differentiate omega with respect to t, theta with respect to t. Let us differentiate it and let us make it simple, guys. So I'm going to differentiate minus d by dt of omega r sine theta I cap like this. Then I will differentiate plus d by dt of omega r cos theta j cap. I can take r as out, r is constant. I can take r as out, r bahar nikla. Tell me guys, what will be the differentiation of omega into sine theta? Can I say we have to use product rule here? Bolo bachalo, can I say that? We have to use a product rule here. So I'll say minus, first differentiate omega. So you'll get d omega by dt into sine theta plus. Now differentiate sine theta and keep omega idle. So omega into d by dt of sine theta is nothing but cos theta into d theta by dt. This is I cap plus. आगे बात करते हैं चलो. What about this one? So now I'll differentiate the second part, second term. Let us differentiate omega. So d omega by dt into cos theta plus. Differentiation of cos theta is nothing but sine theta. So I'll write minus omega. Differentiation of cos theta is minus sine theta. So minus sine theta into d theta by dt. And this j cap. Guys, click yes if you have understood the derivation here. Sorry, the differentiation here. But chalo, click yes if you have understood the differentiation here. Okay? This is the basic differentiation part. All right? Chaliye. Now let us move further. Let us simplify it further. All right, r is common. I have taken it out. Minus. Tell me guys, what is d omega by dt? What is d omega by dt? Bolo bachalo. What is d omega by dt? It's alpha, right? So alpha sine theta plus omega cos theta into. Tell me what is d theta by dt? Bolo bachalo. What is d theta by dt? Omega. So I'll get this as omega square I cap. I'll get omega square I cap. All right, बहुत बढ़िया. Now plus, let us move to the second term. D omega by dt cos theta. So alpha cos theta minus omega square sine theta j cap. Guys, click yes if you have understood this. Do you have any doubt till this point? Bachcha log, do you have any doubt till this point? If you have any doubt, write your doubt in the chat. Clear है सबको? ठीक है. अब थोड़ा सा और simplify करते हैं. Let us rearrange it. Let us take alpha as constant. ठीक है? कहाँ alpha है? यहाँ alpha है, यहाँ alpha है, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write this as R into alpha into minus sine theta I cap minus sine theta I cap plus cos theta j cap. What I have done, I have taken this minus alpha sine theta I cap and plus alpha cos theta j cap. Then in these two terms, I will take alphas out. Then I'll get here minus sine theta. Here I'll get plus cos theta. ठीक है, ऐसा मिला. अच्छा, what about this omega square? If I take omega square as out, I'll get omega square into minus cos theta I cap minus sine theta j cap. All right, guys. चलिए. Now let us multiply R everywhere. I will get R alpha into minus sine theta I cap plus cos theta j cap plus omega square R into minus cos theta I cap minus sine theta j cap. Guys, do you remember something that we have done yesterday? Do you remember some unit vectors that we have solved, we have derived yesterday? Tell me, guys, what is this? What is this first of all? Tell me, what is this first of all? This is nothing but a unit vector. क्या है बच्चा लोग? Unit vector. Because magnitude of this vector will be square root of sine square theta plus cos square theta, that is 1. So this is nothing but unit vector. That means this will represent a direction. Tell me which direction this vector represents. Minus sine theta I cap plus cos theta j cap. Minus sine theta I cap plus cos theta j cap. This is nothing but the t cap. क्या बच्चा? T cap. So can I write this as R alpha T cap? ये क्या बच्चा लोग? R alpha T cap plus omega square R into. Tell me what is this direction, guys? This is also unit vector, right? This is also a unit vector. But tell me which direction this vector will represent. Extremely simple, guys. I'm counting on you. Please give the answer. Tell me which direction this unit vector will represent. Come on, bacha log, you can do it. Tell me the answer. Minus cos theta I cap minus sine theta j cap. Minus cos theta I cap minus sine theta j cap. Minus cos theta I cap plus sine theta j minus sine theta j cap. Tell me what is the direction opposite to R cap. Opposite to R cap, because here see minus cos theta minus sine theta. I can write this as minus of cos theta I cap plus sine theta j cap. What is this? This is nothing but R cap, the radial vector. Radially outward vector, right? This is the R vector. So can I write this as minus R cap? So tell me, guys, this acceleration, what will be the direction of acceleration? Bolo bachcha log. What will be the direction of acceleration? What will be the direction of acceleration if I'm asking you at this point? Can I say acceleration will have two components? Bacha log, can I say acceleration will have two components? One of them will be along the tangent, other one will be along the radially inward or along the direction towards the center. Because t cap, if this is the omega, if this is the omega, I can say that this is t cap. What is minus R cap? So this vector will be minus R cap. So this acceleration is having two components. One along the center, towards the center, other one along the tangent. Guys, click yes if you have understood these two components. I'll extend the analysis from here, but click yes if you have understood till this point. So how many components of acceleration you are going to get in circular motion? Tell me, guys. How many components of acceleration you are going to get in circular motion? Answer is 2. Answer is 2. This component is called as tangential component. ये कौन सा component है बच्चा लोग? This component is called as tangential component, or we name this as tangential acceleration. This component is called as radial component, and this is called as radial acceleration. Sometimes you might find that instead of writing radial acceleration, some of the book have used normal acceleration also. Some of the book used to refer this as normal acceleration also, because the direction of acceleration is along normal to the circle, because radius is also the normal, right? This is normal to the circle, this is tangent to the circle, right? So there are two accelerations that you will encounter in circular motion. One of them is tangential acceleration, other one is radial acceleration. So I can write this as A is equal to AT vector plus AR vector. What is AT vector? Tangential acceleration. What is AR vector? Radial acceleration. All right, guys. What is the direction of radial acceleration? Towards the center. ये क्या है बच्चा लोग? Towards the center. So whenever you will be asked what is the acceleration of a particle undergoing a circular motion, what will be your answer, bachcha log? You need to find what is the net acceleration. You have to consider AT also. You have to consider AR also. Acha bachcha log, tell me which one of them can never become zero. Which one of them can never become zero? Bolo bachcha log. Which one of them can never become zero? Radial or tangential? Bolo bachcha log. Which one of the component of acceleration can never become zero? Think about this and give me the answer. It's very, very simple. ध्यान से तन्मय, कृष्णा correct, Jhansi, Vishwa correct, Jhansi correct, all others are incorrect. Abhishek, yes, think about your answer. Shreya correct, Srinivas correct, Karthik illa. But think about this. Which one of them can never become zero? If you are saying tangential acceleration, what is so wrong about having alpha 0? What is so wrong about alpha 0? What does alpha mean? Alpha means change in angular velocity. There might be a case where angular velocity does not change. There might be a case where angular velocity does not change. Particle rotates with a constant angular velocity. Like a clock, the hands of a clock. It rotates with constant angular velocity. So what is alpha for the hand of the clock? Bolo bacha, what is the alpha? 0. Because angular velocity does not change. All right, guys. Acha, what about radial acceleration? Can we have zero radial acceleration? Never. If particle is undergoing circular motion, AR can never become 0. Radial acceleration can never become 0, because if you are saying this is 0, that means omega square R is 0. So either omega is 0 or R is 0. And in any of the case, if any of the case is possible, there will not be a circular motion. If omega is 0, that means there is no any motion. If R is 0, that means there is no any circular motion. Guys, click yes if you have understood this part, this point, that radial acceleration can never ever become 0. AR can never become 0. Clear hai sabko bachcha log? All right. So AR can never become 0. All right. Very good. Tell me, guys, which part of the velocity was responsible for acceleration? The direction of velocity has to change in circular motion, right? That you cannot make constant. So the acceleration because of change in direction, dhyan se sunna bacha, acceleration of the particle because of change in direction of velocity will always be non-zero. So can I say this AR is nothing but acceleration due to change in direction? Guys, did you understand this part? Let me know if you have any doubt. Please feel free to ask me. Guys, can I say this? Sir, acceleration due to change in direction of velocity is nothing but AR only, because AR can never be zero. This acceleration can never become zero. How, sir? Why, sir? Kab nahi hoga? Because the direction of velocity can never ever remain constant. In circular motion, direction of velocity can never become constant. So acceleration because of change of direction of velocity can never be zero. So that component must be AR, which can never become zero. All right, guys. So please remember this. AR is the acceleration due to change in direction of velocity. So what about AT? What about AT? So AT is the acceleration due to. क्या बोलेंगे बच्चे लोग? Tell me the answer. What is AT or tangential acceleration? AT is the acceleration due to. Tell me, guys, what is the answer here? चलो बच्चे लोग जल्दी आंसर दो. Due to change in. What should I write here? Guys, I'm counting on you. Tell me the answer. Yeah, change in speed, change in magnitude. So AT will be the acceleration due to change in magnitude of velocity or the speed of velocity, or due to change in speed of the motion, speed of the particle, you can say speed of the particle. So velocity can be changed by changing the direction, and if direction changes, radial acceleration will come. Velocity can be changed by changing its speed or changing the magnitude, and if the change in magnitude will occur, tangential acceleration will come. And if both of them are changing, both of them will occur. If only direction changes, so AT will be zero. Can we have AR zero? Never, because direction will always change. Direction can never remain constant in circular motion. So AR can never become zero. However, AT can become zero. Okay? So that is what I'm going to write. If omega is constant, and when omega is constant, इसका मीनिंग क्या बच्चा लोग? That means uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion. If omega is constant, that means the angular speed is what? Constant. It's not zero. Angular speed is constant. Then can I say that alpha will be zero? If alpha will be zero, can I say AT will be zero? If AT will be zero, can I say linear acceleration will be equal to AR only, and that will be nothing but minus omega square R into R cap. So this is the most important part of this topic, that what is the direction of acceleration in uniform circular motion. So what is the direction of acceleration in uniform circular motion, guys? It will be towards the center. The acceleration of the particle will be towards the center. What will be the magnitude? Omega square into capital R. Yes, Vinny, that is what I have written. So, sir, so in uniform circular motion, tangential acceleration is zero. That is what I have written, Vinny. Guys, click yes if you have understood the full acceleration part. But click yes if you have understood the full acceleration part. Clear hai? All right, guys. Guys, let us talk about something else, because this has become monotonous and I think few of you are getting bored. So guys, I am going to make something like I'm going to start an initiative. I'm going to share a Google form with you. Guys, please wait for a minute. I'm going to share a Google form with you, and I'll let you know what is the meaning of this Google form. All right. Guys, I have shared a Google form with you. If you open this Google form, you will find the heading is doubts in physics. Okay? So guys, I have shared this Google form with you just to know what are the theoretical and conceptual doubts you are having in any chapter of the physics. Okay? So please fill this form. From a single form, you can ask maximum of 5 doubts, minimum of 1 doubt. If you have some more doubts, if you have doubts more than 5, you have to fill again other form. Like you have to submit one more form, fill up one more form. So you can fill as many forms as you can. So please use this form to ask your conceptual and theoretical doubts from any of the chapters of physics. Okay? Once the video solution for those doubts will be made, you will be notified on the email ID which you are providing. Okay? So I am planning to make some video solutions for conceptual and theoretical doubts that you encounter in physics. Varsha, कौन परेशान कर रहा है तुम्हें? Varsha, I think you should be sitting on a chair. Guys, what do you think? Will this help? Will this help you? So the government has requested the college authorities to open the college partially. What is the meaning of partial opening? Partially का meaning है कि that you can operate your college at limited number of students by limiting the number of students coming to the college. Why do they want it? First reason is they want to test it. ठीक है कि कैसे जाता है, how the teachers, how the parents will take it, how the college management will take it. Second, this is a very extremely new condition for the college, right? So to follow the SOPs, SOP का मतलब क्या होता है चलो? Safety operation procedures. So to follow all the safety precautions measures, the college must have an experience, right? कुछ तो पता होना चाहिए. So if initially few kids will come, so like washing the hand, or like when the kids will be wearing the mask for so long, what are the complications, what are the implications they might have, how the kids are reacting, how the kids are behaving in the school with the mask in their hand, with the sanitization and all, with the social distances maintained and all. So they also want to test it out. So first is like testing of the safety precautions. Second is testing the mentality and the attitude of the parents and the students. Once they'll see everyone is ready, colleges are able to handle these conditions, and parents and students are going to do this, then what will happen? Then they'll allow the college to reopen. Okay? So this is a kind of test that they are going to conduct. All right. So let us see whether we pass or fail. Short notes के लिए मेघना, didn't I tell you that short notes, how to prepare short notes? All the students are not taken, right? What is the all the students are not taken? Graph based question. Which kind of trip बच्चा? कैसा tips चाहिए? Graph में just learn how to read the graph. Learn how to eliminate. See, graph में क्या होता है? Always look at. See, Tarak Datta is asking, sir, can you please give us tips for graph based question? If you are solving an objective question based on graphs, always look at the critical points. What is the meaning of critical points? Critical points means where you know for sure what is going on. Like at maximum velocity, at zero velocity, at maximum displacement, at zero acceleration. So always look at the critical points and try to verify with the options. All right. If you are going to do that, most of the options will get cancelled, will be eliminated. 1 or 2 will be left out. Okay. So Tarak, I can't give you tips for that in like this. If you have some questions, you can ask me, and through those questions, I can give you the tips and all how to solve. Okay. Acha, to make notes for physics. No, it's not difficult. Okay, guys, how many of you want to prepare for KBPY? Let me know the number. So notification of KBPY has come, guys. Tell me how many of you want to prepare for KBPY? Okay, Kirtan is saying if nothing works out, always go in the blessings of differentiation and integration. That's what I do. It's okay. Okay, I can see few alien hands raised already. Blue hand, kuch to hai. I asked you to click yes. You have raised your hand. So more than 10, 12 of you want to prepare for KBPY. It's okay, guys. You can prepare, but it's थोड़ा सा difficult in PU1 because the portions are large. ठीक है, पूरा first PU आता है उसमें, and with the condition that we are facing it now, completing the syllabus full PU1 during your examinations might be very difficult. But let me think about it. Let me plan a class for you. So we might be giving you some extra classes for KBPY. Don't worry. One of you have asked that physics KBPY is tough or not. Yeah, it's tough. If you don't like physics, if you don't give your 100% in physics questions will be tough. If you love physics, if you are interested in physics, you'll enjoy reading physics for KBPY. ठीक है? Don't worry, Nidhi, मैं सब बताऊंगा रे. How to apply? Okay, I think in a day or two on the group that link will be shared. Go to like search KBPY. Na, I don't have the link there. Na, I don't have the link right now. I'll send you the link and all in the group. All right, I'll send you the information in the group. Don't worry. Mostly I have seen guys writing KBPY in PU2, but still if you are interested in PU1, we'll do something about it. Don't worry. Okay, October 5 is the last date. Yeah, correct. So Meghna is asking some tips to make short notes. Guys, have I shared with you what are the things you should not do making short notes? I think आज मैं कुछ नहीं पढ़ा पाऊंगा. All right, guys, let us end our official class here only. Let me teach you, let me tell you, let me talk about how to make short notes. What are the things that you should not follow while writing or while making your short notes? Guys, can you tell me what are the significance of short notes? How the short notes will help you? How the short notes will help you? Quick revision, right? Quick revision में help करेगा, correct है? Okay, Neil Chandan has given some kind of application form query. It's okay, ठीक है. Yeah, you can just. That is though. How can you talk to them now? Yeah, it will help in quick revision, and that is extremely important, guys. So please never ever forget to make your own notes, make your short notes for every topic, for every chapter. And it cannot be done after the completion of syllabus, after the completion of the subject, or after completion of the chapter. You should make your short notes every day. You should make your short notes every day. ठीक है? करना कैसे है? देखो. First of all, there is a saying. मैं always हमेशा इसको use करता हूँ. उसका meaning क्या? सबसे पहले I want to target here that every beautiful thing is not useful thing. ठीक है? Beautiful doesn't mean useful. ठीक है? Beautiful doesn't mean useful. Sorry, guys, girls, I don't want to say anything to you, but yeah, this is true. Beautiful doesn't mean useful. What is the meaning of this? That means you don't have to beautify your notes. ठीक है बच्चा लोग? You don't have to beautify your notes. What is the meaning of beautifying our notes, sir? Don't waste your time while making short notes. Why am I saying that? Because this is very, very critical. I can convince you to make the short notes. You might get convinced also. And when you get convinced to make the short notes, you'll get to know that, sir, it takes a lot of time to make the short notes. Next day, you'll message me, sir, it is taking so much of time to make the short notes, sir. What should I do, sir? I'm wasting my time in making short notes. I'm not solving any numerical set. The problem lies in the strategy. Problem lies in how do you want your notes. You don't have to put fair and lovely and makeup on your notes. Just try to have a notes which can be useful, which can be read properly by you, which you can read properly. See, there are three kinds of writers. I bifurcate. There are three kinds of writers. One who can write and understand himself. One who can write and understand himself only, and understand the part himself only. Only he can understand what he's writing. Second writer is one who can write very neatly and others can also understand. Third writer is one who can write, but God only can read it. God only can understand it. He also doesn't know what he has written after 1 hour, after 2 hours, after a month. So you have to lie in the first category, and if you are lying in second category, it doesn't mean like it's good for you. ठीक है. If you are writing something and if you can understand what you're writing after a month, after a year, it's okay. You don't have to write like मोतियों का अक्षर. You don't have to make a pearl out of it. You have to write something which will be understandable by you. So you are making the short notes for you. First point. अच्छा. Second point क्या है बच्चा लोग? Never ever try to make a short notes which can be used by others also, or never ever take help of short notes which have been made by others. ठीक है, दूसरे का बनाया short notes को आप यूज मत करो. Don't do that. ठीक है, चलिए. Sir, when should I do it? How should I do it? See, after the class, you can do it during the class also, but I think you will not feel comfortable doing that. After the class, करना क्या है बच्चा लोग? Take the notes of the class, take the class notes and start making the short notes. Short notes का meaning क्या है? As the name suggests, short का मतलब है छोटा करना है. You don't have to copy the full class notes again. You have to take gist out of it. You have to take the summary out of it. How can I do it effectively, sir? कैसे करेंगे? ठीक है, how can I do it effectively, sir? So you can use the mapping concept. You know the meaning of mapping? पता बच्चा लोग mapping का meaning क्या है? Guys, do you know about mapping? Like make a map out of the class. कि class में कैसे कैसे क्या किया था? Like when you, let's say if you are in Hubli and you have to go to, let's say, Sirsi. ठीक है, you have to go to Sirsi या mind mapping and all. So you follow a GPS, right? तुम GPS follow कर रहे हो मान लो. So from Hubli, कहाँ Hubli old bus stand गए, फिर कहाँ गए, A point, B point, C point. You follow a map, right? Similarly, you have to follow a map. You have to make a map out of the class. कि okay, in circular motion क्या पढ़ाया था? Kinematics, circular motion, like this. What is circular motion? Circle है. Then we have studied kinematics. In kinematics, what are the things that I have studied? Position vector, velocity vector, angular velocity, angular acceleration. I'll write it down. This is called as like flowchart mapping. And related to everything, I'll write it down towards right, towards left, ऐसा करके. Then you'll have a map. Proper map is there. Because after this was required, so I have studied this. Once I'm familiar with this formula, now I need to study this. So when you make notes out of mapping or using a flowchart mapping, this will help you to revise after a year, after 1 month. And when you're revising these maps and all, what will happen? You can recall the class also. How the classes have been conducted, how the teacher had taught me. समझ में आया बच्चा लोग? तो ये mapping is very like this mapping, mind mapping or this flowchart mapping is one of the effective method to write these short notes. But my point is, sir, what are the things that I have to write? I think most of you must have this doubt in your mind. Sir, what are the things that I need to write and what are the things I don't have to write in the short notes? The answer lies in this. Guys, first answer. Do you know the syllabus? पहला आंसर है, do you know the syllabus for the JEE or NEET, whatever the examination you are preparing for? So first you should be familiar with this syllabus. Second, you should know which is the important concept. ठीक है, you should know what is the important concept. How will you know which is important, which is not? You have to attend the teacher class, and teacher is always saying you which is the important, which is not. If I'm not saying anything, that means it is normal, it is important part. If I'm saying this is not that important, you can skip that part. You can write a very small thing about that. So first you should understand what are the important points which are there for examination. So what are important, what are not important, that you have to bifurcate. Once you know that, write everything in terms of flowchart mapping or mind mapping and all. Don't use multiple colors, that will waste your time. Don't use highlighters. All of these will come under beautification. Guys, there is one very, like, there is a hypocrisy that every students I have seen follow. When you are making short notes, what is the meaning of short notes, guys? Everything that you are writing in short notes are important, isn't it, guys? Tell me, yes or no? Everything that you're writing in these short notes, they are important. You cannot say that this is not important, right? So what is the meaning of, again, highlighting it in the short notes? I have seen some of the guys who will write blah, 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 and then they'll use some highlighters. Isko highlight karo, isko highlight karo, isko highlight karo. They'll use some white marker. They'll use some highlighter, green color ka, yellow color ka, kuch aisa aise. What is the meaning of this? Each and every word in short notes is important in itself. Why do you want to make other things more important? Iska meaning kya hai? So there is nothing important. There is no any need of highlighting in the short notes. This will take much of your time, and this will make you confusing only. This will confuse only. So don't try to highlight any of the things in your short notes. Yeah, if you think that something is extremely important, use a pencil and just put it underline there. एक underline कर लो उसको, खत्म कहानी. Because whatever you're writing in short notes, everything is important. Don't try to again make something more important. ठीक है बच्चा लोग, इस तरीके से आपको short notes बनाना है. Guys, any other query that you want to know about how to make short notes? See, the main problem that you're going to face is what are the things that are important. And you have to figure it out. First, the source is what? Teacher's advice. Second source is teacher's notes. Third source is syllabus of the examination. So these are the three sources that you have to follow. And most important thing, guys, if you want to excel in your life, please be calm and please follow the teacher blindly. Any teacher, whichever you like, whoever you like, just follow him blindly over the concepts and over the theoretical parts. Don't try to move here and there. Don't try to cover all the things. Okay, आज इससे पढ़ा, कल उससे पढ़ूंगा. So I'll teach to XYZ, then I'll get taught by ABC. Don't do that. All right, guys. Okay, let us take some of your doubt. Sir, what I do is I solve questions in my reference book, DC Pandey for physics. I make notes of important conditions which are used in problems frequently, or the concept which I could use in future. For example, R is equal to H cot theta. This could be used in many places in projectile to make life easier. Bacha, you can do that, Vineet, but you should write the condition also. When this will be used. When this will be used. That you should add. Okay? Chalega, Vineet, no issues. But that should be in a single notebook. That should be in the topic named motion in 2D or in projectile. You should not, that notes should not be a scribbled one. It should not be a khichdi. It should be in a form कि okay, ये डब्बा में मैंने रखा, this डब्बा contains roti, this डब्बा contains, let's say, some bhaji, sabji, vegetables, this डब्बा contains some sweets. They should not be interrelated. Mix मत करना. Okay, Pranav is sharing his thoughts. Pranav is saying, sir, I am writing down running notes. That is, I write down whenever you say and write on boards. Afterward, I would revise it. Is it okay, sir? Bacha, you should revise it, but I will say after the class, when you're writing these short notes, after the class, you should make a short notes out of it, where formulas will be there, where important points will be there. All right. And where you can add your own key points. You can add your own key points, your own words. कि हाँ, इस condition में ये करूँगा. In this condition, this has to be used. All right. So you have to make your short notes. In short notes will not do examples, then how will get to know problems? The short notes are not there for your problem solving or problems revision. To revise problems, to revise questions, you should mark for review. You should mark something on your module, on your reference book. Okay. In short notes, you can add some examples, some important examples. But as the name suggests, short notes will only help you, should be used only for the basic revision of the concepts. You cannot add all the questions there. You cannot add all the questions there. So what you have to do, whatever the reference book that you're having, mark the important questions there. And while revising for the problems, while revising a chapter, you should go to those problems, revise it, go to the next problem, revise it, go to the next marked problem, revise it. That's it. All right, sir, how important is inclined projectile motion, as they are very less? Yeah, that is very, very less. Like you can say the importance is very, very less. In I think 1 year, there was a single instant where the question from inclined projectile has been asked in NEET. Okay, and you should like not make priority out of this. Inclined projectile motion is not that important. You should only go for the basic part of that. That's it. No, if you're making short notes every day, it'll take minimum 10 to 15 minutes. Because see, if you look at the yesterday's class, let me give you some example, bachalo, so that you'll have a reference. See, if you look at the yesterday's class, what are the things that you have to study? Kya likhna notes mein? Heading likha, angular position. What will I write about angular position? I'll write angle made by the position vector. So angle made by the, I'll write this is the position vector. Okay? If I want to write it, I'll write it. Small angular position is a vector quantity. However, the finite large angular position is not a vector quantity. ऐसे लिखूंगा. D theta vector, where theta scalar. That's it. This will be included in the notes. Next point, angular displacement, change in angular position, delta theta. सीधा लिखूंगा. This is nothing but delta theta. I don't have to write this because I know the meaning of delta. Delta is nothing but change. I know the meaning of angular position, that is theta. So delta theta is the angular position. I'll not write this. Okay? Then what will I write? The other method, angle between the final position. I'll say initial position vector. I'll draw a diagram here. Circle बनाऊंगा मैं. Initial position vector, final position vector. This angle will be the angular displacement. This is how I'll make a short notes, so that I don't have to read a lot of statements. More you include figures and diagrams, more effective your short notes will be. Okay? Third page, what will I do? Out of this, what is important? Angular velocity. I'll not write these things. I know all of those things already. I'll write average velocity is delta theta by delta t. Instantaneous velocity, d theta by d. That's it. Kahani khatam. Direction of angular velocity, what will I do? I'll make a circle. I'll do that. If this is omega, I'll say this is the fingers. Thumb is pointing out. So this is the direction of omega. Either I'll make a figure out of it, or I'll write this right hand thumb rule. Next page. If I go to the next page, I'll take one of the example for this. I'll say this is omega. I'll draw an arrowed line. I'll say this is the fingers. Then thumb, what will the thumb? So thumb will be into the plane. So I'll point out this is the omega vector. That's it. So while understanding this, while reading this diagram will be self-explanatory. I don't have to read a statement. So that will help you to revise things in a very, like you can say, in a short span of time, but effectively. ठीक है? आगे बात करते हैं, देखो. Now there's a question. I'll think whether this is useful, whether this is important, whether I have struggled in this question. Do I have any important concept here? If I have, I'll put it in the notes. Otherwise, I'll go to next question. I'll just read it. I'll understand this. I'll go to the next question. Next one. Do I need to add anything out of this? If there is anything to add, I'll add. Otherwise, I'll go to the next part. Yeah, I'll add this part, velocity ka. Then I'll say velocity is this direction. Then I'll write this. The direction of velocity will be along the tangent, along the sense of rotation. I'll make sure. I'll make sure this is being written there. And then I'll draw the diagram. This diagram. I'll make the diagram. This is self-explanatory. If this is omega, this is v, this is v, this is v, this is v, like this. I don't have to write all these things. For magnitude of velocity, I'll add v is equal to omega r. So in one page, in this much space में मैं पूरा angular velocity explain कर दूंगा. That's it. ठीक है बच्चों, this is how you have to proceed. So it will take not much of your time. It will make you revision also, it will help you to revise also, and in this way you'll make your short notes also. All right, some other guys are saying something. Sir, should we start from vectors? You should not start from vectors. You should start from the current topic. Start from the current topic. First, if you have not started making the short notes, start from the topic which are being taught to you currently. Okay? And if you get a slack time, then during that slack time, when you revise the vectors, so during that time, make a short notes. Okay? So always prioritize the current topics. Never ever compromise the current topic with the older one. Okay? Kabhi nahi compromise karna. There is no best. You cannot name any book as the best book, but I can say some good books are there. Nidhi, H.C. Verma is a decent book, very good book for physics. And at this point of time, I'll say if you're preparing for JEE, you should get DC Pandey or BM Sharma. If you are preparing for NEET, you should get Objective Physics Volume 1 for by Arihant publication. These are the decent book for physics. If you want to read a very good theory about physics and all, you should go for Resnick, Halliday and Walker edition, not the Crane one. Crane mein theory is not good, not that comprehensive. So if you want to read the theoretical part of physics in a greater detail, you should go for Resnick, Halliday, Walker edition. There are 3 authors, Resnick, Halliday and Walker. Okay? So you can get that book also. That will help you to understand the theoretical parts. All right, by taking textbook and your notes, it would be better to make short notes. You can do that, Meghna. That is correct. Meghna is suggesting, sir, by taking textbook and your notes, it will be better to make short notes. But bacha, most of the things that are there in textbook, I am trying to cover it up in the notebook, in the notes. There are very few things that I have not mentioned. Those were not very important. Okay. So I think if you take help of the notes, and while revising, while reading the reference book for some of the topic, if you get something new, you can add on. Otherwise, if you are taking the notes and the book, like both of them at the same time simultaneously, you'll get confused. You'll end up copying up something from the book. So first understand the concept and then make the short notes. No, Vineet. I will say you should not have 2 notebooks for that. See, one notebook may kya hona chahiye, concepts and the formulas and some tips and tricks for the questions for the numerical solving. Everything should be in one notebook. Tips and trick ka matlab kya hota hai? That should be linked with the concept. Yeah, you have to have one book where you are solving some numericals. But that book will be itna mota that you will never be able to read that while revision. Just imagine how many questions will you solve from a chapter. Minimum 200, minimum 250. So 250 questions from one chapter. It will become itna mota book. You'll never be able to revise that. समझ में आ रहा है? So whatever the things that you want to write ना, तो book के reference book वाले में क्या है ना, कहीं पे वो tip में लिख दो. The notes that you're having there, write it down. So if this is the question, if this is the condition, I need to use this. If there is a question which can be solved using some short trick, mention that question in that short notes. ठीक है? And guys, short note का मतलब ये नहीं कि 5 पेज में खत्म कर दो. It's okay if it takes a पूरा book, a पूरा notebook. It's okay. But it should be helpful for your revision. That is what I'm saying. Okay, Abhishek is saying something. Sir, I'm not able to solve problems which are in the text that you conduct Sunday. Or that in the tests that you conduct Sunday. Sir, by seeing the problem, I start कैसे solve करूँ? मुझे कुछ नहीं आ रहा. Abhishek, that thing will occur only when you have not solved the questions at the right time. See, Abhishek has pointed out very valid point. There are so many of you who are facing the same issue but not pointed out in the class. He's saying, sir, I am not able to solve problems in the test. Okay? By seeing the problems, I have a kind of feeling in my mind how to approach, how to start. Karna kya hai? Samajh nahi aata hai. It happens when you have not solved the questions at proper time, at the correct time. What is the meaning of correct time? See, bacha, when I have taught you angular position, angular velocity, you have not practiced any question from that topic. When I'll be solving angular acceleration, then you have started solving angular velocity. So what will happen? When I'll be solving angular acceleration, I'll be telling you some other approaches. Then तेरा दिमाग का इधर फ्यूज उड़ जाएगा, लगेगा क्या करा रहे हो सर, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा. But if you're thorough with the angular velocity part and the basics part, when I'll be teaching you angular acceleration, you can correlate where I have to approach, where I have to follow this approach, where I have to follow that approach. So you have to solve the numericals at correct timing. When something has been taught to you, you have to revise the things, and you have to solve some numericals at the same time. Then only you'll have some time after the completion of chapter to practice some more numericals. So first, you're not solving numericals enough. Second, you're not solving numericals on time. So these are the two important differences. These are the two important factors that will let you feel that I don't know how to approach. Kaise solve karu? So Abhishek, I think you are doing the same thing. Meghna, I thought of making this the last class of motion in 2D, but I'll extend this class. In your Sunday test, circular motion will not be included. So questions still relative motion will be there. Okay? Because I need some more time here. Abhishek, I think I have cleared your doubt. Neil Chandan, I think you have shared the link for the registration. Okay, don't worry, guys will figure out. Anyway, let me copy it and let me paste it for you. So guys, this is the registration link for the KBPY. You can register yourself. All right. Yeah, it will be helpful, bacha. No issues. Okay, how to build an approach wherever we solve a new type of question. As when we can't build approach, we start remembering steps to solve a particular question. So that thing is also bad thing. Never ever do that. Never ever try to remember the steps. It's okay if you don't know how to solve. Forget about that. If you're facing such difficulty, it's okay to accept the fact that you don't know how to solve this question. But never ever try to remember the steps. How to build an approach? You can only build an approach by solving enough number of numericals, by solving all the variety of questions. There is no any shortcut. Believe me, guys. There is no any shortcut. There is no any medicine for that. The only medicine, the only remedial that you can have is you have to solve a lot of numerical conceptually. Take your time, analyze the question, and think over it. Why do I need to use this formula here? Use the reverse mechanism. What is the question asked? What are the parameters I know? What are the relations between those parameters I know? And then go back to the question. Okay, this was the question. I have to know these are the formula, these are the parameters, because these are the formulas where I need these parameters. In this question, these values have been given. So that is why I have to use this formula only. So in this way, you have to solve a question. All right. So use the reverse mechanism. Reverse mechanism का meaning समझ में आ रहा है सबको बच्चा लोग? Let us see if I'm asking you what is the value of angular velocity. In a question, the question is find out what is the angular velocity. You should think, what are the formulas that I have? What are the relations that I have with respect to this omega? तो क्या करेंगे बच्चा? Omega is related to d theta by dt. Omega is related to alpha. Omega is related to some energy also. आगे जाकर पढ़ोगे, right? So these are the things to which this omega is related. Now I'll look at the question. What are the parameters that have been given to us? If in the question given to us as alpha is constant, some initial velocity is given to us, time is given to us, I look for the option. I look for some relation. I know a relation omega f is equal to omega I plus alpha into t. So I'll say, okay, in this relation, omega I need to get, omega I is given to us. Alpha I should have, alpha is given to us. Time is given to us. So to get the value of omega f, I need to know these values, and these values have been given to us. So I'll use this formula to get the answer. So this is called as the reverse mechanism. Go to the question. Everything will be done in your mind. See what are the parameters that are linked with this. Look at the data that has been given to you. And then decide which formula will be helpful. All right, guys? Chaliye. So, guys, let me stop the recording here. I think time ho gaya hai. Otherwise, it will become very, very lengthy video. But I'll be here only with you. Don't worry. All right, guys. Those who want to leave, they can leave. Thank you. Thank you for attending the class. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a nice day. Enjoy, Madi, guys. Take care.